What is happening, y'all? Cowboy here, and welcome back to another Monster Hunter Rise build video as we take a look at one of my favorite weapons in Rise, the Sword and Shield. Now, the Sword and Shield, honestly, I feel it's been one of those weapons that we've seen a very, very big evolution of. You know, back with GU, we had oils, people were a big fan of that, and you had builds based entirely around using your abilities. And then with the introduction in World and Iceborne in particular, we got access to the perfect rush combo, which I think mixed things up. And now we have access to a falling bash out of perfect rush combo. They have brought back Metsu Shoryuken from GU, which is this awesome parry uppercut type thing. We can obviously just Falling Shadow to go straight into Falling Bash now. And we just have a lot of combos at our disposal. It's like, this feels like it's the ultimate evolution of Sword and Shield. And you know, a lot of weapons have been improved with Rise, but Sword and Shield is one of those weapons that it feels like right now it is really shining the brightest it ever has. So let's talk about this. Now, Sword and Shield can be played either elemental or physical. Personally, I like the elemental playstyle more, but I think it's something that's really going to kind of come more into the scene as we get access to more gear. Whereas it's kind of easy to build out right now elemental lineups for dual blades, trying to do the same for Sword and Shield while still viable. Sword and Shield, basically its hit zone values are really nice right now in Raw, using shield setups as well as Spinning Reaper. So it's just in a good spot for Raw. Once we're able to really maximize our crit potential, get up towards that crit element with 100% crit, I think we'll see Sword and Shield start to shine more as elemental. But for now, we're going to be doing a Raw build. But it is fun. This is a very fun playstyle of Raw. So this is pretty much just maxing it all out, baby. Attack boost level 7, crit boost level 3, weakness exploit level 3, speed sharp level 3, and then of course we have diversion to make sure stuff focuses on us. So this is just taking all of the damage. This build hits very, very hard. Obviously, I have a very nice decoration to pull this all together with, but let's talk about the decos and the talismans. So first up, Flash in the Night. It's the Nargahuga weapon. It's back. Do attack boost on this bad boy. Comes with 180 damage. We get 188. Has innate white. Has 30 affinity. Level 2 slot. It's just hard to beat these weapons right now. Moving up from there, Baroth Helm with the attack deco and the diversion, giving us 2 points attack boost. Zinogre Mail for the weakness exploit, level 1 slot for grinder. Rathalos Brace, picking up 3 attack boost there. Scalda, of course, for weakness exploit. Golden Hakama for the double grinder and 2 crit boost. And then our beautiful critical boost 2 slot talisman, allowing us to maximize out and hit that beautiful 7 attack, 3 crit, 3 wex. Now, if you don't have access to this, I wouldn't worry that much about it. You know, you could easily do this build with a Wex Talisman like I've been doing, and then change up your chest to, you could do, you know, Remember chest here to get your crit boost instead. So there is some flexibility here. You know, this is just a little bit more min-max, like you would be down 1 attack doing that setup. But either way, let's talk about the switch skills, because this is beautiful. So to start, hard basher combo or drill slash. Drill slash is really, really good, but this is something that you would use for, you'd want to use drill slash for either elemental or status. What you do is you stab the sword and you rip it out, and it's a multi-hit combo. So I really want to show this just to kind of give people an idea. Let me do your head low. There we go. So when you do this, you would do 1 bash stab. You can see the multi-hits. Because of that, this thing is fantastic with elemental setups. But for a physical setup, 100% you're going to want to do hard basher combo. The hard basher combo is just beating stuff with the shield. You do the hard bash and then you go into Spinning Reaper. It's going to do a lot of damage. It's not going to hurt your sharpness nearly as much. And that's one of the big things, is you absolutely need to have sharpness mitigation to run elemental Sword and Shield, which we can't fit that and all the element goodness in at the moment. Moving on from there, advancing slash, sliding slash. This is really going to be a preference. With sliding slash, I can get a single hit falling bash, which is kind of nice, so I tend to run this. Advancing slash is really nice as well. Personally, I would do this for elemental, this for physical. As for our third ability, this also comes down to the type of build we're doing. If you are doing a physical build like we are here, Metsu Shoryuken is insane. If you were doing an elemental build, windmill is just damage out the ass. So many hits on this. This will give you windmill. One of the great things about windmill is when you use it, you have iframes during that animation, so you're just invulnerable to damage. For sake of comparison, for Metsu is a counter attack, so you don't get necessarily iframes, but if you time that hit, you get counter damage, which can be really nice. Windmill will hit harder, but Metsu being a counter obviously has that advantage. So just to kind of show that, if we do a regular Metsu, let's see, 371, which is nice, you know, nothing too crazy, but you know, it's nice. But if we do it as a counter, you can see a big old combo there, just bang, 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 which is really nice. And the other thing is, after a Metsu, you can either hit X to do a plunging thrust, or alternatively, you can of course hit A to do a falling bash. And so the real beauty of Metsu here is while you're fighting, monster's getting ready to attack, you wait for the, you know, you get the counter. Oh, wrong ability. You wait for the monster to attack, and then you go counter, boom, 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 into a falling bash. So just a lot of damage there. And going into our regular combo there, you can see our final hits there are what's going to be so heavy. Boom with the 128, and then boom on the 255. Now, Spinning Reaper, I want to talk about that briefly, because the thing is, if you need to time it right in how you're doing your Spinning Reaper. For example, right there, that was a round slash. Still a round slash. Spinning Reaper. It basically comes down to the number of hits you have. If you get 4 hits here, you can see we can do a spinning rising slash into a Spinning Reaper, but you are able to go straight into the Spinning Reaper out of the hard bash, and that's going to be one of your best combos. My bread and butter is going to be this, into that, into the backstep, into the perfect rush, into the falling bash. And yeah, it's a lot of damage. Boom, boom. So yeah, anyway, very counter-centric play, doing a physical setup on this. Of course, scaling slash into the one-hit falling bash is nice. I would always do that, otherwise you just do this. You can't do sliding slash into a plunge, unfortunately. You know, even hitting the X and A, you still just do jumping slash. So, sliding slash into the falling bash. And the parry window on that, it's actually pretty good. But anyway, that is going to wrap up things. You know, actual Sword and Shield is pretty straightforward. For physical style of play, you know, it's all about the shield. The shield is what's doing the damage. And the other thing is, the shield isn't going to affect our sharpness at all. Only the sword hits are. So even though we don't have a lot of weight, if you're just sitting here and just doing the shield hits over and over, you notice our sharpness isn't moving at all. So basically, you can maintain your sharpness just for using that Spinning Reaper, and you know, it'll just allow us to stay in white sharpness and, you know, keep it maintained while we bash stuff in the face. Anyway, that is going to wrap things up though. Let's jump into a hunt, show you what it can do. Really fun counter style of play using the Metsu as well as the falling bash and perfect rush and all that. So yeah, let's show you it in action. So for the hunt, we're going after Gas Arag. I actually hate fighting this thing. This is a monster I struggle with, but I mean, it's actually a really cool monster, don't get me wrong. Like, design-wise, this thing is awesome. I personally think I'm just shit against him, but I fought him enough that I should know what I'm doing, so here's hoping for the best, right? But this guy actually has a lot of good counter windows, so it'll be a decent matchup for Sword and Shield. Let me grab. No, I think we're good. I'll save that. Alright, I don't know what happened there. I clearly got my Metsu counter. And, okay. Alright, I see. We're playing like that, are we? Okay. We're off to a fantastic start. So one thing I didn't touch on before for Sword and Shield, you hit the right trigger. I'll just quickly go in and use items. And you can see my sword's still out. Oh, it's getting angry. Switches into his ice weapons, which means it's time for me to grab this. Alright. These multi-hits are doing the business to me. When you get a knockdown, do that 3-hit. That wasn't a true knockdown, it was just a knockdown into KO. Okay. Should come up on a good KO here pretty soon. One of the things I like about this, the amount of KO damage you can get, not unlike a hammer or hunting horn. There's the KO. Come on, get up. Bit of that. There we go. That's the kind of counterattack I like. No. Ooh. That uppercut sent his ass running. That's the thing, like the more you get better at doing the counters, the more this build will start to really flow together. But it definitely takes practice. It's a lot of practice to get down timing all the Metsu counters. I didn't really that interested in Tigrex. So when you get KOs, go into this combo, the spin, and then the back hop into the perfect rush. You can see it lasted almost the entire length of the KO. Get the trap ready. His ass is about ready to be captured for sure. Stop eating. Well, whatever. He wants to eat until he's in the trap. I'm fine with that. Big dumb abominable bear thing. Wasn't too bad. Slightly over 10 minutes. Where are we at? Let's see. 10:36. I'll take it. 10:36 is not too shabby considering the amount of times that I got hit by an unfortunate attack. That's honestly the biggest thing you need to be careful with counter heavy play. It's multi-hits, man, because he does a lot of, like, you know, spinning, like the left claw and the right claw, and you counter the first, but then the second hits you, you're still gonna get booped. But either way, that is gonna wrap things up for the sword and shield build. In the future, once we're able to, like, really stack up element and sharpness, definitely expect to see some elemental builds. In fact, I may end up doing one after the other builds are done. Even though physical is really strong, elemental is viable, especially with certain weapons. For example, the Zen Ogre sword and shield, really strong option for Thunder. So maybe I'll end up doing that after I get some of the other weapons out of the way, because it is a playstyle I enjoy as well. But either way, that is going to close things out here. As for what is up next, the Lance build is done. So we're going to be bringing that to you, and then after that, we got Greatsword, Longsword, and the bow guns, and last but not least, Charge Blade. So stay tuned, and we'll have more builds coming your way soon.